History is done on the side of the Guardians of the Crib as they enter into semi-final number 1, having never in the history of the GRC beaten their opponent, the Flakers, in a single matchup. History, is it going to repeat, or is the trend about to be broken? Hello everyone and welcome back along to your home of rugby and the subscriber series, the Global Rugby Challenge, where we are into the semi-finals of Season 3 of the greatest subscriber competition to all of history. Speaking of history, this is a massive matchup because the Flakers have never lost to the Guardians of the Crib. For one side it's misery, for the other it's jubilation. Just this season, back in round number 1, the Flakers were dominant in their impressive 52 points to 21 demolition of the Guardians of the Crib. Of course, Season 2 semi-final time seen the Flakers take out the Guardians 28 points to 21. During a regular season, the Flakers defeated them in Season 2 by a solitary point. And of course, do not forget, Season 1 Grand Final, the Flakers were up over the Guardians in that one as well. All things point to the Flakers cantering to another Grand Final. But can anyone stand in their way? We will find out tonight as they take on the Guardians of the Crib. This is it. This is quite the historic battle, and what a way these fixtures have lined up to give us this monumental matchup for semi-final number 1. Of course, one of these sides will be going home and the other will go on to the grand final to face either the Dragons or the All Flakes in the ultimate big dance. The Flakers, however, line up a very strong side. They've picked the best team they can muster, and it's consisting of a very talented group of 15 men. Starting in the front row is Lucas Barrett alongside hooker Zaza Kokulska, and Peter Matthews completes the front row. Ian McDonald will partner up in his long-time buddy in Chris Smith in the second row. Manuel Valera will be alongside Francois Valentine and Connor Nicholson, who is at number 8. Into the back line, Jamali Gino gets the nod once again as scrum half, and he'll partner ever-reliable Mr. Consistent Owen Richards. Tino Mahunde will be outside him at inside centre, pairing up with Pierre Valentine in the number 13 jumper, with the electric promise Igbanawani on the left wing, the impulsive Prince Mars Williamson on the right, and the strong man with a strong beard, Ethan Holton, at fullback for the Flakers. Their confidence has to be high, but sooner or later, surely, can they be beaten by the Guardians? Now up against them, and the 15 men who will be assigned the task of doing what no man in a Guardians outfit has ever done before, have a tough task ahead of them to take on the Flakers. They've named a very strong side, and their team has come quite a long way since that round 1 thrashing to the hands of the Flakers. And of course, they've already reached the final once before, way back in season number 1. They missed out in season 2 and are ready to get back into that conversation here in season number 3. They've had a strong team throughout. It took them a while to really get going, but the fixtures played in their favour as they didn't have big matches till the latter part of this season. And how comprehensive were they in those big matches later on as well, taking out the Celtic Dragons with ease and then thrashing the All Flakes in the final round robin fixture. They'll be hoping to take that form into today's matchup, and they've named the team that looks ready to do the job. Isaac Fasure will be on the loose inside the front row alongside captain Mike Hunt and Ray Ellenson at tight head. Into the second row, big man Michael Shepherd will be alongside Elliot Knight, with Luke de Normanville at 6, Liam Hacker on the open side, and Kieran Jones at number 8. The second of the Fasures, it's Daniel who will start at scrum half, and he'll partner Lewis Gardner, who has made that 10 jumper his own in the absence of our number 12 Don Butler, slotting back after some time out of the team. Tom Guest will be in the number 13 jumper, with Heston Gardner on the left wing, Ian Ferguson on the right, and Louis Evans at fullback for the Guardians. This is it. This is the time to become history makers. Can they do it? We'll find out. 80 minutes of action set to come up. Get ready, sit tight, and let's get into it. Guardians of the Crib, Flakers looking for that grand final berth. Who will make it? Let's get down to business. So on we go. Halfway is the place. Owen Richards is the man, and we are ready to get semi-final number 1 underway. Kick-off from Owen Richards is up, and the semi-finals are there, and it is the Guardians of the Crib who drag them all down, and they'll have have the football for the first phase of the semi-final. Fasore waits for it, he goes short to Louis Evans up at the back line very early, he spilt it, and Tom Butler's had to come away with it, puts in a strong run as well, gets his team back to where they originally started from, which is a decent recovery from him. Fasore, left side, he goes away to number 10, Lewis Gardner, who's kicked down and a well-taken ball from Ethan Holton, who finds support from Valentine, and here's a run from Lucas Moret for the Flakers. Turnover ball! Tom Butler doing very well, but he's kicked this away. Ali Gino's back there. He'll run it back, looking wide and looking for dangerous runners. He finds on Richards, who loses the ball, has been going forward. Big chance and a try to the Guardians. Tom Gass, he scored it early. Big mistake from the Flakers. And Tom Gass pounces. Didn't expect that one. Not much on here. Looked like Ali Gino had it sorted. He flung it out wide and they were combining Chris Smith, and then Owen Richards dropped it. Tom Guest fully onside, nudged it ahead and had a battle with Kukulska for the dive on play, which he took, and he took comprehensively as well. Great start, big tackle there. Who was the man? I think it was number 1 Isaac Fasore. Lulu's head prob with a punishing hit defence, and the Guardians of the crib, well, they take an early lead. All bets are off here. It is semi-final time and no one wants to go home. Here's the conversion from Lewis Gardner, and it's very good. It's very easy. And it's a very exciting and solid 2 points from him as well. 7-0, the Guardians, the crib lead. But you can bet your bottom dollar on it. That will not be the last time we see either of these two sides cross the whitewash. Back to the man who made the error, Owen Richards. Wanting that to be his last of this one. He is such a heavily relied on player. He's kicked off deep, and it's the try scorer Tom Guest who finds Fasore, and Daniel Fasore straight through the middle gets himself up to the 10-metre line. It's a real battle here for the ball, and the Flakers might come back with it. They have indeed. It's a turnover. Ali Gino, the left side. There's a promising Benoani who run away to Colin Nicholson. He's got support on the left-hand side, and it's a reply. Instantly hitting back down the left wing. Manuel Valera, I think, is the try scorer. Have to confirm that. But how easy, how simple was that? Promising Benoani. He was the one to start all off, and indeed it was. Manuel Valera with the finishing touch. Good ball away there. What an inside pass. And that is the big man, Colin Nicholson. Extraordinary play to keep that ball alive. Play his numbers game with his back row partner. And how electric has this match started off to be? Ali Gino, brilliant work, but this was magical stuff. Whoa, marginally forward. We won't look at that too closely, Flakers fans, but that is an instant reply from the blindside flanker, Manuel Valera, who has had a storming season for the Flakers, one must have to say. But here he is, Owen Richards. He's kicked them from all parts around these grounds throughout the season. And there is another one to chalk up as well. Owen Richards puts it over from the sideline. And we're all tied up yet again, 7-7. The Flakers hit back. They tied things up with the Guardians. Just 13 minutes in, remember, it's been action-packed opening quarter of an hour. As it's underway we go, Lewis Gardner yet again, and he's looking for a support play, but it's Ian McDonald that takes it in, and Kukulska with a run for wanting support there, and a good reply coming back on the left-hand side. It's Ali Gino. Oh, good little pass, and Francois Valentine threatening to go through the defensive line. Quick ball, Ali Gino, away to promising Benoani, supports there, Kukulska out wide, chance to intercept, but it's not. Richards is picked to the corner, big chase there by Prince Miles Williamson, but it beats the ball into touch. He's a man you got to look out for. Maybe Richards might have liked to keep that one just framed in a little bit and have looked for the chase of Williamson. It's a good touch finder regardless. And Hunt will have to throw. 5-man line out, chose it. They go to the back. Elliot Knight does the job nicely, and they set it up for them all, and they charge forward a few metres at a time, forcing them to throw numbers into it. Now they look to the back line. It's a good ball from Ian Ferguson, who cuts the half, gets away to who else but the big number 8, and running away is Kieran Jones. He's done it in double hat-trick, backed up with another try. 7 tries in 3 games. The man is on fire. Man of the tournament already. Kieran Jones has lit this tournament up. Great pass on the inside. And look at him go. He's got the pace, he's got the capabilities to play anywhere in the back line. And you can see why. Not as quick as maybe an outside back or players inside, but still plenty to go all the way. He's very fast and very agile. Look at Williamson, he was mowing him up, as was Ethan Holton, as was Ali Gino. They were all cornering him into the sideline. But he had enough to go all the way. Wow. One back now for the Guardians of the Crib, who reply to the reply of the original try. It's 23 minutes in. We've got 3 tries on the board. And we have Lewis Gardner with another conversion. These fly halves don't miss kicks. They are just too good. And 14 points to 7. The Guardians retake that lead. But boy, I tell you what, when we look at a team of the season, one man, Kieran Jones, certainly has to be in that picture. Just phenomenal form in 3 of the toughest games that the Guardians will play all season. Back underway we go. Luke Denulville's the man to drag it in for the Guardians. And for sure, has a little bit of a dab of offloads. Nicely to do. There's number 10, and Butler gets it away to Guest, and away they go through Kieran Jones once more. He is a hard man to put away. They go to the right to Elliot Knight, who switches back to Mike Hunt. And now's another chance. The left-hand wing for Easton Gardner. Good tackle though, and a chance to be turned over. Try saver from Ethan Holton. The 2 big beards fighting it out there. But it will come back to the Flakers. And they give it away to Mahunde. He kicks long and jumping in the chance of the ball. It's Ethan Holton at the back and Louis Evans at the back, who kicks returns to Ethan Holton. And they run it back to the Arrow 22. Now it's a pick and go. Ali Gino to the left side. Looking for Rhett. Oh, great ball out wide. Another chance for Promising Manawania. Up to halfway he goes. Takes on the defender. An excellent defence in the back for the Guardians, Louis Evans. A lot of pressure on his numbered jersey as he makes it work there. Hunt will throw in for the Guardians as we near half-time, just 6 minutes to go, and it's stolen to the front, and McDonald doing hard work there to take that away from Michael Shepherd. Trying to drive on it, but Lucas Barrett will pull it out. He goes to the right-hand side, and Owen Richards has knocked it on. And we'll have a scrum to pack down as the first half is dwindling into a sad state. After such an explosive and exciting start, the 2 teams have nullified each other in a way. It's a bit of a stalemate for these last 10 minutes or so, but it's 14 points to 7. The game is far from over. The Guardians will once again feed the scrum. Daniel Fisore, what a great hit there from the Guardians of the Crib. Fisore cut out pass, double cut out pass to Guest, who quickly goes wide outside, and it's a good run from here. Here's to Gardner. He's again got to take on Ethan Holton in the 2 beards through battle. And once again into the sideline they go. Another line out for the Flakers. And this is exciting rugby. We've got seconds to go to the halftime break, and we've got Zaza Kukulska to throw, and he finds Chris Smith at the back. Now, what do they do here, the Flakers? Do they look for a try, or do they just kick for touch? It is the latter of those 2 options. Into the sideline it goes, and that'll be half-time. It is the Guardians of the Crib leading the Flakers 14 points to 7, and we're off for half-time in an exciting first 40 minutes. Not much to talk about here in time-wise, but it's possession going to the Guardians, and they're making most of it as well. 4 line breaks to 3, tackles very close, and the hands very safe from both of these 2 sides. But it's far from over, however. 1 try is not enough to separate these 2 fantastic sides from going head-to-head for another 40 minutes. Right, we are back. We are ready to go. Shopping mall in the background. The Grubber Grill. It is all going off. He's kicked off from the Guardians. It's the Flakers on their own territory. Back to Tino Mahunde, who's looking for the sidelines. It's close, and it's just saved to the back. Louis Evans doing great work as he kicks back long to the Flakers, who are going inside the right. A great offload. Lucas Brett doing well. Peter Matthews is there as well, as they quickly shift to the left-hand side. Owen Richards will spawn there, and it's going to be a run-rate try. Surely for Pierre Valentine. Louis Evans can't quite catch him, and Pierre Valentine will score. Oh, we are far from done. Explosive try from the Flakers. And that brings them right back in the game. The legend that is Pierre Valentine had to use every bit of energy and speed he had to get away from Louis Evans. Evans, who has been phenomenal at the back for the Guardians of the Crib. But this time, not enough. But look at the creation. Owen Richards, he's been brilliant as well. A little error at the start where he lost the ball in the tackle, then they conceded their first try off. But since then, Richards has been phenomenal. And a rare sighting of a try for Mr. Consistent and Mr. Do Everything, Pierre Valentine. Well, you can see on the chest of the Flakers that season 1 crown is proudly worn on the shirt. They'll want to add another one to that. They'll want to add that to be a number 2. The first job is to get the points here over the Guardians of the Crib, who are putting up one hell of a fight in this opening 50 minutes or so. Lewis Gardner back underway and continuing on as Gardner partnership with Heston on the left-hand side as a deep kick and finds Valentine. Away it goes to Prince Miles Williamson with a chance to turn over. The friends come in the yellow and the purple. Save the date. Ali Gino away. Ethan Holton. Oh, hero to villain now. He's knocked that on. And it's a ball back. And it's that now for the Guardians as they go back a couple of metres. Now it's there for Kieran Jones, who to the right-hand side, Allenson does nicely. Oh, Knight with an inside ball to Hunts. They keep it alive. Kieran Jones will be going back to the knock-on from Ethan Holton.
Crouch.
And a scrum for the Guardians in a great place. Got to win this scrum, however. It's a tough battle. These two sides will not give an inch. When it comes to this area of the game, the set piece so important as Vasure feeds. Kieran Jones run it? No, they go to the left-hand side. And a little dabble of a run here from Heston Gardner. They go straight to touch. And a bit of a innocuous play there from the Guardians. I'll be disappointed with that. As time ticks down now, the next scorer could be very crucial. Flakers go with a 5-man line out to the back. Elliot Knight once more steals it. And now they rumble into the back line. Big pass wide from Jones. Oh, it's been knocked on from Ferguson. Open line. And Ferguson just had to catch it. And he was over on the right. He spilt it. And the chance goes picking. Oh, it would have been easier to score it.
Crouch. Bind.
Tom Butler picks up in disappointment.
Set.
And they'll reset with a scrum. Ali Gino feeds. Oh, but look out! Big hit from the Guardians. And the forward pack says, let's have another go, boys. Great hit there from the Guardians. And now Vasure's got it. Again, double cut out to Guess. Inside ball to Hacker. He's got support there as well from Isaac Vasure. Daniel's right there in support of his brother. So it will be Butler to pick up and go wide for Ian Ferguson. 1 to beat, 2 to beat, 3 to beat. It's over. Oh my word. What a try from Ian Ferguson. A simple run to the corner. He said, nah, that's too easy. Give me some hard work. And boy, he got some hard work as well. Butler went very wide very early. And he thought, I'm not going to make it. Stepped inside one man of Ethan Holton. Took down the defence of Jim Eligino on the second. And the third man was ineffective. This was brilliant. Simply brilliant from Ian Ferguson. The agility, the power and the strength of determination. Too good to handle for the Flakers. And the Guardians reinstate that 7-point lead. It's been topsy-turvy. Lead, draw, lead, draw. And now we're back to the Guardians with a buffer. If this kick goes over, it will remain at 7. And yes, it does. It's over. And the lead for the Guardians is back out to 7. 21-14. Only 17 minutes to go. How many more twists and turns are left in this semi-final of the GRC? Everyone wants to be in the final. Everyone wants to be a champion. But there can only be 2 to make the final, and 1, of course, to be the winner. Guardians to their own 22, and Kieran Jones. Oh, what a dummy! He leaves promising Buruani in the dust. Offload, wow! Now that is special from Kieran Jones. They fire it away to the right-hand side. And they just try to forward turnover ball. And that'll go away. Oh, big tackle to an Owen Richards. And a big mistake from the Guardians. What do? Big decision time here. They're taking the 3. Now this is an interesting call. They trail by 7. But at this stage of the game with 12 minutes to go, you take the 3, you reset, and you go for the lead. And that's exactly what the Flakers have done. Excellent work from Owen Richards, who's doing everything right at the moment. 21-17, the lead is 4. An unconverted try will be enough. We've got 10 minutes to play. As underway we go again. Lewis Gardner and a big tackle on Kukulska. Gino, quick ball as he changes his mind. Goes away to Prince Mars Williamson, who takes on the tackle, and a good one as well it is from Heston Gardner. Gino's right there. It's fired back to a pretty status quo. Chris Smith as they come back in field and switch away. And now it's on Richard down the inside once more. He's got Promise on the shoulder. Promise gets away the wing. Oh my word! Big tackle from Daniel Fasore. And the ref's had enough. Yellow card! Oh, what a time to get a yellow card by Daniel Fasore. Egbenawani is a big bloke. And they have just torn him down, and Daniel Fasore's off to the bin. He won't return. There's only 6 to go, and Chris Smith fires straight through. A bit isolated. The yellow jerseys pile in. Nightmares reoccurring now with minutes to go. Alexino out wide to Owen Richards. Oh no! The Guardians' nightmare has come to fruition. They've never beaten the Flakers, and it looks like it'll continue tonight. Great run from Chris Smith. Kukulska just popped it short to Alexino, and he did the rest. Great pass. And Owen Richards, who has been spectacular tonight, finishes the job. Well, a man down. No Daniel Fasore, and that may have cost them here. The penalty may not matter. The question is, will we get a restart, or will this be it? Is there one last fling for the Guardians? I think there might be. There will be. There will indeed. Yellow card. Man down and trailing on the scoreboard. Doesn't matter. They've got one last chance. But of course, they have to kick off. They have to steal the ball. And then they've got to score. It's all a bit too difficult for the Guardians of the crib as it goes short, and it's well taken from Valera. Hacker's in there, but it won't matter. As time ticks down, it'll be all over. Just kick it out, and the Flakers are through. The kick going. Uh-oh, it's going. It's not going out. It's stolen. Oh, it's back to the Guardians, and it's a high tackle to boot. That one, Pierre Valentine. Frustration. Oh, my word, and now Fasore's back. Is there one final twist? Surely not. 82 minutes gone. It's there for Lewis Gardner. They've got 60 metres to go. Ellison back to Gardner, and he takes the tackle. 50 metres. This would be just unthinkable here. It's a run from Butler as he hits them over the halfway line, and they pile on into the breakdown. One knock on, one turnover. This one's done. As this time, Gardner takes the line on. Waiting there is Shepherd. Short side, dangerous way to go. The dummy kind of works for him. He gets the white jersey, zero support. Just over 40 metres to go now. Here's Butler, wide. And they find it through Guest as well. Gets it to Ferguson. Ferguson's here with the Normanville. Wide for Butler. Steps around one Butler. Gets it out wide. Kieran Jones back infield to Hunt. The captain, he takes it. My word, just 10 metres short. Fasore. Back from the bin, wide, looking through Knight. It's there a chance for Fasore, back inside, wings to centre, to Liam Hacker! And Liam Hacker scores for the Guardians of the crib! Would you believe it? What a turnaround! Brilliant ball wide, Elliot Knight, Isaac Fasore, back into Liam Hacker. Oh, this is what Legends are made of. Never have they beaten the Flakers. They may have just done it. Ellison, beautiful ball back inside. But Liam Hacker. Liam Hacker is the name. Never forget it. He scores it. And the Guardians of the crib. That's right. The Guardians of the crib are going to the grand final. Gardner with the conversion, it doesn't matter. 94 minutes. Wait for the celebrations. 28-24, the scoreboard reads, but the referee's whistle is what matters. The Guardians of the Crib do it. Unseen scenes here. As for the first time in the club's history, the Guardians of the Crib have defeated the Corn Flakers. And they are going to the grand final to boot. Which one is more sweeter? I can't tell you. But for the Guardians of the Crib, they have done it. The ultimate test, 4 tries to 3. 3 tries for the Flakers, Valero, Richards and Valentine. Richards, 3 conversions and the penalty goal. 4 for the Guardians of the Crib. Hacker, Jones, Guest and Ferguson. And it was Lewis Gardner, 4 out of 4 from the team. Stat-wise, well, it was even. 52 and 53 just to the Guardians. The scrum battle, the kicking battle, the yellow cards, we had it all. But there can only be one winner, and going to the final will be the Guardians of the Crib. Wow, I tell you what, have you seen anything like what we just witnessed? Have you ever seen a rugby game twist and turn and spin and pirouette like that semi-final? The Flakers, they're done. Their season is over. Season 1 champions for the first time will not be going to the grand final. They were in Season 1 final, they won it. They were in the Season 2 final, they lost it. And now for the second only time, the Guardians of the Crib will be in the grand final. That's right, they lost the Season 1 final to the Flakers, and until this day, they have never beaten the Flakers. 28-24, it took an extra time, 93 minutes, extravaganza of a matchup for them to finally topple the Flakers. It looked like they'd done enough. There was a minute to go. The Flakers were in front. Owen Richards kicked for touch. It didn't go out. From there on in, the Guardians did what very few teams can do. They strung together phases. They did the unthinkable and scored a try to Liam Hacker. And they are now going to the final. Who they face will be between the Celtic Dragons and the All Flakes. That will be coming very, very soon. It will be a premiere as well. Wow. I mean, I tell you what, I've never seen a game quite like that, where you see a try at the death and you think, there we go, game over, Flakers will do it. Then they come storming back, the Guardians. That is one for the ages. That is one of the greatest GRC games in all of history. And I'm done for today. My voice is done. I didn't expect that. It was a big enough game as it was. It was an exciting enough game as it was, without that extra little bit thrown in the end that just made it phenomenal. We've still got a semi-final to go. And I do need a little bit of a voice break before I will be doing that one. Celtic Dragons versus the All Flakes. That is going to be exciting. Dragons are at home. The All Flakes are visiting. It's 2v3. 1 point separated them in the general season. What will separate them in the semi-final? Just having a quick look. When do those two sides meet? I'm pretty sure it was near the start. There it was. No, I think, was it a draw? I'm blind. I am surely not blind. Was it round 1? It was indeed. It was. It was the first game of the season. And it was a 14-all draw. Well, tell you what. Now remember, back in Season 2, the All Flakes knocked out the Dragons in the semi-finals. So we have a replay of the Season 2 semi-finals, except this time we've already had one bucking of the trend with the Guardians going through. Look at that. Look at that turnaround. That is extraordinary. This one, though, is ripe for the picking. Sure to be another cracker, so make sure you don't miss it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that little bell as well, because you don't want to miss this one coming to your inbox at all. It is the big one. Semi-final number 2. We've already had one big one. Why not have 2? And then, of course, it is the ultimate big one. The grand final. The Guardians of the Crib. Who will they face? Find out next time on the Global Rugby
challenge. I will see you there. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. Hope you enjoyed the matchup. And thank you everyone who's tuned in to the premiere tonight. And I'll see you all next time for another premiere. Dragons, all Flakes. Until then, thanks for stopping by and take care.